G&B TV. Yeah, like, come on, follow me. Let's see what we got.
Listen closely if you trying to eat. Got passive income, got that money flowing in my sleep. Young and please, got 30,000 on my wrist, 10 on my fist. That 18 around my neck, make I can show respect. You looking at a God exhorting no fear. About 5 in each ear, that's what you wanna hear. VA.
Yizzo, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business. And listen, you can tap in or you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest. And I suggest you tap in, so let's get right into it. In Mase and Beta, you are the topic of discussion, my G. Mase and Beta. Mase, you are the topic of discussion, my G. So let's get right into it. Now listen, man, I recently did a video about Mase. The whole situation with Mase and Beta, and 5-year foreign. You understand? And I got deep. I went left with the angles. You already know how we do. You already know how I'm giving it up. You feel me? It gets deep, it gets wicked, and it's always deep in the rap when you scratching the surface. And here at Grown Man Business TV, we definitely scratching the surface. Now, I can't lie. You feel me? Salute to all the investors, everybody that's tapped in. You feel me? And I've been getting a lot of feedback. I've been getting a lot of feedback of people saying, G&B TV, go deeper. Elaborate with the whole Mase situation. You understand what I'm saying? Go deeper. Give us more. So I said it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be at all times. This is part 2. Part 2. Now, Mase and Beta in the whole 5-year foreign situation was deep. And I touched bases on it because, you know, like I said in that video, if you haven't seen it, go back into the archives and check it out. But Mase didn't take the bait on that particular situation. Mase didn't walk through the door when it came to the situation with 5-year foreign. I went through the whole specifics and details. You feel what I'm saying? Mase didn't take the 30% lifetime payments of 5-year foreign. He didn't take the bait from the higher-ups and the elites. But I want to backtrack. I want to go back to when Mase was in the game, and Mase was Mase and Beta. Yeah, it gets deep, it gets wicked. You understand? And, you know, a lot of people say, you know, you said Mase didn't. Nah, he didn't take the bait this particular time. But let's talk about when Mase did take the bait. Let's talk about when Mase walked through one of them doors. Oh, you already know how we do here, my G. It get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deep in the rap when you scratching the surface. And here at Grown Man Business TV, we definitely scratching the surface. I'm going to play something for y'all. Y'all know how I do. I'm going to play something from y'all. Now, CAMRON, this is coming out of his mouth. It's coming out of CAMRON's mouth. I'm going to play a clip from CAMRON. Then I'm going to play a clip of Mase and Beta doing his thing. In the moment. You understand what I'm saying? Feeling real comfortable in his skin. And then we're going to come back and we're going to, you know, we're going to go into these angles. Because at one point in time, Mase and Beta, he walked through one of them doors. I'm going to let y'all pick what door it is. I'm going to let y'all choose what door it was. But it's obvious the paint's on the wall. The writing's on the wall. I'm going to play this clip and we're going to come back. Gang.
Mase was staying there. And I went to go meet him down there one day so we could bust a move. This is when he just signed with Bad Boy. He didn't even have an album out yet. He was just getting signed. And I went to use a bathroom, and it was a dildo on the bathroom sink. And when I came out, I asked him what's about. He like, that's homeboy's joint. You know, I don't know what it's about. He always have girls over here, but I don't know. I said, well, this one your sink. This is your bathroom. You're using this bathroom. I don't know where his bathroom at. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's word to my son, because
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? It gets deep, it gets wicked, and it's always deep in the rap when you scratch the surface. And here at Grown Man Business TV, we definitely scratching the surface. And I mean literally, for Mase and Beta back in the day, it got deep, literally. Now you heard what CAMRON said. You heard what CAMRON said, and you seen the mannerisms within Mase and Beta in that red shiny suit. dropping the top on that foreign. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. But we got to talk about this. Like I said, salute to everybody tapped in. Salute to everybody reaching out, and you wanted a part 2. Well, this part right here is going to tell you how Mason Betha walked through one of them doors. See, before he got smart, he had to make the mistake. He had to walk through one of them doors to know what was in them doors, to know what was behind them doors. And you heard what CAMRON said, so we're going to get into this. You feel what I'm saying? It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be at all times, my G. So you already know how we do here at Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? We coming from multiple different angles, my G. We coming from multiple different angles, my G. And that leads me and segues me into my first angle, my G. My first angle, my G. And that's exactly what CAMRON said out of his mouth into that mic. You know, you heard what he said. He popped up on Mase unexpectedly, walked up in the crib, went into Mason Betha's room, and Mason Betha had his own personal bathroom. So Cam didn't feel uncomfortable or out of place using his homie's bathroom. And when he went into the bathroom, he found, y'all heard what he found on the sink. You understand? And when he asked Mason Betha about it, Mase said, man, that belongs to P-Diddy. That belongs to Puff Daddy. You know we in Daddy house, and that belonged to Puff Daddy. But Cam said exactly what I would have said. Well, this ain't Puffy's bathroom. This your bathroom. How is it the door, the Nori door? Now Cam is credible. Cam's not one of these rappers that comes out and just throws lies out. He's very he has a very good accountability of things that happen. He can remember things. And the way he detailed that, it's like it happened yesterday. Yeah, it's like it happened yesterday. This is what I'm talking about. Again, when it comes to 504, Mase didn't walk through the door. He didn't take the 30%. He did everything by the book, and he did it right. But back in the day when Mase was a Mason Betha, when he was a young Mason Betha, and he wanted to be a famous celebrity, he wanted to get his parents and his people and all his homies out the hood, he was willing to do whatever. He was willing to do whatever it took. And dealing with Puff Daddy, dealing with P-Diddy, up under the higher ups and elites, he learned every which way to break you. Yeah, he wants to buck break you. That's one, and you know, it just is what it is. But Cam said he saw one of them things on one of those things on his sink, Mason Betha's sink. So it is what it is. It's obvious he walked through that door, and you know which door he went through, the ABC LBG 123 community. The ABC 123 LBG community. He went through the door. That's the only way you would have one of those things on your sink. So you already know how we do here at Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? We coming from multiple different angles, my G. We coming from multiple different angles, my G. And that leads me and segues me into my second angle. My second angle, my G. And that's Gene Gill. That's Big Gene. Let me tell you, Big Gene. That is Puff Daddy, P-Diddy. That's his former security guard. And I mean, just put his name in, Big Gene. He tells all types of wild stories about Puffy. But it was one story he told that popped into my brain when I heard CAMRON say what he said about Mason Betha and P-Diddy living together. Big Gene said that he one time was with Puffy. They went to a sex store, and Puffy bought a whole bunch of toys. And a few of those toys was those things that Mason Betha had on his sink. So when you get to hearing the truth, when people are throwing the truth around, you hear this story, you hear that story, it's going to coincide, Mason Betha. I'm not going to make this longer, but, you know, I did go in exposing that Mase didn't take the bait when it came to Fabio Foreman. That's why he's not going to have to pay. He did the right thing for once. But back in the day, Mase did things, you know, multiple upon multiple upon multiple of things, of acts that the higher ups and elites saw and knew he was vulnerable and knew that he was willing to walk through one of them doors. And they want you to go through the LBG 123 ABC community door. They really want you to, they'll take a sacrifice, but they want you to play ball. They want to record you playing ball. Yeah, it get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deep in a rap. When you scratch at the surface, and here at Grown Man Business TV, you already know we definitely scratching the surface. And I'm not going to make this a long one. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. But I wanted to point out, and I had to tap back in because, you know, my investors, they are highly invested into the channel, and they wanted a part 2. Mase walked through the door back in them days when he was in them shiny suits. CAMRON just told you how we walked through the door. The writing's on the wall. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. So you already know how we do here at Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? We coming from multiple different angles, my G. We coming from multiple different angles, my G. And that leads me and segues me into my third angle, my G. My third angle, my G. And that's, you can't have testimony without being tested. Let me say that one more time. You can't have a testimony without first being tested. Now, when it comes to Mason Betha, he was tested back in the day. Oh, he failed the test with flying colors. He failed. Oh, he failed so bad. Back in the day, he failed the test. It created testimony. All those functions where him and Diddy was partying together, living together, them late nights. Oh, you got to know it was a late night or something going down for you to be so exhausted to not remove one of those things off of your countertop, my boy. So back in the day, Mase was tested. He learned through those tests, through the Nori door, through the LBG 123 ABC community. He learned that he wasn't going to do that to anybody else. Oh, it got done to him. You heard what it got done to Mason Betha, a young Mason Betha. But he didn't want to do it to Fabio Forward. So you know what he did? He used his test and his testimony, and he applied it in real life, and he did the right thing. You did the right thing, Mase. You did the right thing. But you got to know, Fabio Forward was willing to do the same thing. If Mase wanted to be like Puffy or P-Diddy, and he wanted to slide in on Fabio, and he wanted to put one of those things on his counter, Fabio would have went for it, because Fabio signed the contract for $5,000 and didn't even know what was in it because he wanted to be a celebrity so bad. Lucky for him, Mase didn't want to. Mase didn't do it. He didn't take the bait. He didn't want to do it. So like I said, I'm not going to make this a long one. This is an easy kill. It's an easy spill. You know? You heard what Cam said. We'll wind back. Cam, I'll let you. It is what it is. And it'll be what it's going to be. So you already know how we do here at Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? You can tap in or you can tap out. But you know my slogan. You know what I suggest. And I suggest you tap in. I suggest you tap into this grown man business. I suggest you tap into this grown man content at all times. You already know what it is. Straight off the brick and to the bottle. Straight off the brick and to the bottles. And it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. But Mason Betha, I'm giving it to you straight raw, my G. I got to give it to you straight raw. And you know, it sounds like Diddy was giving it to you straight raw as well, my G. It sounds like what Cam was saying, that somebody was giving it to you straight raw. Because them things don't need protection. Yeah, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be, man. Mason Betha, you know, back in the day, he was a young, impressionable, you know, kid that wanted to be a celebrity, just like Fabio Forward. And he didn't, you know, he used that, and he didn't take advantage of Fabio Forward. Oh, but you got to know Diddy took advantage of him. Oh, Diddy had a good time. He wants to party with you. Oh, he want to party. Diddy want to party. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be, my G. Yeah, so you already know how we do here at Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? You can tap in and you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest. And I suggest you tap in.